All right, data science roadmap. It sounds pretty official, right? But honestly, it gets at the number one question people ask. Where in the world do I even start? So in this explainer, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to map out a super clear path through this complex field, kind of like turning this huge, intimidating mountain into a trail with actual steps you can follow. Our whole guide is built around this one really powerful idea. Master the art of turning data into insights and build a strong foundation in data science. Now listen to that. That's not just about learning a few programs, is it? That's a promise of real, true mastery. So we're going to take that one sentence and just pull it apart, piece by piece, to see what that journey actually looks like.
Yeah, a big promise for sure. But what does it really mean to master this stuff? What are we even talking about? Let's dig into the key ideas packed inside this roadmap, and we'll start with the most basic thing, the idea of a plan itself.
Okay, first things first, the promise of a roadmap. And yeah, I know, it sounds kind of obvious. But a good plan, it's so much more than a simple checklist. It's your strategy for actually succeeding. So let's nail down what that really means.
See, a roadmap isn't just a shopping list of things to learn. It's a strategic plan. It helps you define your ultimate goal, like, let's say, building a cool predictive model. And then it lays out the big steps, the milestones to get you there. First you learn stats, then you learn Python, then you get into the machine learning stuff. It's the difference between having a GPS for a long road trip versus just wandering into the desert hoping you end up in the right city.
And that right there, that's the whole point. Knowing you want to be a data scientist, that's your destination. The roadmap is the structured journey that actually gets you there. And trust me, in a field that's changing like every 5 minutes, that structure is a lifesaver. It stops you from chasing every shiny new tool and keeps you focused on building the skills that really, truly matter, one solid step at a time.
Okay, so we have our map, now for part 2, which is honestly probably the most important piece of the whole puzzle. Building your foundation. I mean, you wouldn't build a skyscraper on sand, right? Well, you can't build a career in data science on a shaky grasp of the basics. This is the absolute bedrock.
So what is a foundation in data science? Well, it's really a mix of 3 key things. You've got your principles, the classic stuff like statistics and probability. Then you have your tools, like learning to code in Python or pull data with SQL. And finally, and this is huge, you need the right mindset, being curious, being a little skeptical. The source really hammers this home. Your foundation has to be strong, because without it, all those advanced skills like deep learning are just empty buzzwords.
And building that strong foundation, it kind of happens in 3 stages. You start with the core principles. That's the theory, the why behind everything you're doing. Next, you grab the essential tools so you can actually put that theory into practice. But the final step is the most critical, practical application. You have to get your hands dirty, use those tools on real-world problems. That's the magic step where knowledge actually turns into a real skill.
All right, so we've got our roadmap, our foundation is getting built. Now we get to the really cool part, the magic. Let's talk about the actual process of turning a bunch of raw data into a genuinely powerful insight.
The best way to think about it is like this. Data is your raw material. And usually, it's a total mess, right? It's chaotic, unstructured, just overwhelming. The job of a data scientist is to be like a craftsman, or maybe a sculptor. You have to chip away all the noise, find that valuable gem hidden inside, and then polish it until it becomes this beautiful, meaningful insight that a business can actually use to make a decision.
And this process, it's pretty much universal. You always start with raw data. Let's say thousands and thousands of customer reviews, a huge text file. Then, your job is to identify meaningful patterns. Maybe you notice that almost every 5-star review contains the phrase, fast shipping. From that pattern, you get an actionable insight. Hey, if we improve our shipping speed, we'll probably get higher customer satisfaction scores. Boom, that's the entire journey, from messy data all the way to a smart business decision.
But hold on, let's rewind for a second. Back to that original quote. It said something really specific, and I think really interesting. It didn't just say master the process, did it? It said master the art. And that one little word, it changes everything. It shifts our focus to something way more subtle. This is about more than just crunching numbers.
Data science is really like a two-sided coin. On one side, you have the science. That's the how. It's the logic, the tools, the algorithms. It's all very black and white, very objective. But on the other side, you have the art. And that's all about the why and the so what. It's about having the curiosity to ask the right questions in the first place. It's the intuition to notice what the data isn't telling you. And it's the storytelling ability to take your findings and make them actually matter to other human beings.
And that's why that phrase, master the art, is so powerful. Because true mastery in this field isn't just about making sure your code runs without errors. It's about creatively applying the science. It's about building up that intuition, that gut feeling, and that storytelling muscle that really separates a good data scientist from a truly great one.
Okay, so we've taken this big promise and broken it down into all its little pieces. Now, let's put it all back together again. Let's look at the complete picture of your journey.
So let's connect all these dots. It goes like this. You start with a roadmap, and that gives you structure. You use that roadmap to build a strong foundation, which gives you strength. You then apply that foundation to your ultimate goal, turning raw data into real insight. And finally, you achieve true mastery not just by doing the steps, but by embracing the art of how you do it. See how each piece builds on the last? It's a perfect progression.
And there you have it. We literally took one single, kinda ambitious sentence and broke it down into a path that you can actually understand and follow. So now you have a clear mental model to help guide you as you kick off your own journey.
So, the path is clear. The concepts are all laid out. The only question left is the one for you. Now that you have this framework, where are you going to begin?